the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easy. I mean, I use the backside of the backfield because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody cover. Oh, he just snuck out there and he just got a nice first down.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? They were able to do that there. Nice pick up on first down. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a second down and 2 coming up. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. It's caught by Mike Evans. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to make that turning it on the field. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd.
Well, whenever you talk about players that really broke out in the 2019 season, you better add Chris Godwin to that.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Uchenna and Wosu got the sack there. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. To Evans on the slant.
The pass.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A terrific job there to keep him out of the air. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucks. Mike Evans. Touchdown number 8. With a little over 2 minutes to play in the second quarter, the offense gets ready to take over. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He did a fine job there not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
At the 47-yard line.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday. He got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And down inside the 10 at the 9. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 44 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 3 yards to the gain there, 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
And he's got Gronkowski. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rob Gronkowski. So we're in the final minute now of the first half as this offense gets ready to take over. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. We'll drop this one down to Freeman. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll break the huddle. Send three receivers left, one to the right on 2nd and 5. Looking downfield for Godwin. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they do it in. We have hit halftime. The Bucks with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And he's 2 yards. They take him down at the 26. Shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's caught. Jones.
And the Buccaneers first down.
And he's going to have a Bucs first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. That time they pick up a first down. So now on defense.
Caught inside the 15. And he's taken down all the way in.
You see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count, can they get it back together?
Fitz back out onto the field as he'll take over here in the final minute of this third quarter. They'll look to throw here on first down. Airing this one out for Evans. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20.
It don't even matter, baby. It don't matter. It's okay.
Into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. They go play action here on first down. He'll let one go deep for and it's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting us inside the 30. That one goes for 30 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long. And I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if
and he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Kenneth Murray in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. It was Melvin Ingram that time who shot him to bring him down. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it. He's got Evans. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll look to throw now on first down. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. Now this throw clear left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 more yards there and another first down. Staying on his feet, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Linval Joseph, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
That right there, career catch number 5. 41, and that's significant because it ties him with Hall of Famer Kellen Winslow, who also obviously played the tight end position.
Yeah, and helped revolutionize it when he was in San Diego. But how about what we're seeing right here? You're talking about 541 catches at the tight end position. You talk about lofty territory, rare air. He has a lot to be proud of in his career.
They'll set up the screen for Freeman. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball takes the play out. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, but sometimes he doesn't know very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him.
He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Third and goal.
The play action fake, a look to throw. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
By Joey
the former
Bosa.
number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time.
Not only is Joey Bosa a real load off of the edge, but his technical expertise really knocks offensive tackles off balance. 11.5 sacks.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Buccaneers,
tonight. From Soldier Field in Chicago, it's Bradley Pinion of the NFL on EA Sports.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
Hey, defense, let's go. Hey, check back 45, check back 45.
They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And oh, right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by Tampa Bay.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Complete.
That's good for 28 yards.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Back to throw here. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
Complete.
Defensively, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Yeah, Freeman was trying to work his way forward, but I don't think he got there. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Freeman, the ball carrier.
And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. Freeman unable to get free here on 4th and goal. And the Chicago defense able to come up with a goal line stand.
45, 47.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson. 6 catches, 93 yards and a score.
You think the head coach and the offensive coordinator are able to pull the earplugs out now? Because all week, all they heard was, you know, because they can't guard the pass at all. I mean, they're next to last in the league. Let's throw it on every down.
Yeah, last week we saw the numbers. This week going against 2nd to last in the pass defense area. Good for him. On 1st down, Trubisky. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47.
45 the line, 45 the line.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
1st and 10 at the
1st down and run with Cohen. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
the ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and 7 at the 33.
Draw play here. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the 1st down marker at the Bucs 26.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run. 45.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on 1st down. He'll drop this one down to Cohen. Sharp there with his feet, gets him a little extra space. And then drop just inside the 20.
It's a game
That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
The 19-yard line.
And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. He's got the lane, and there he goes.
In your face!
And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown
Tampa
for the
Bay.
Bucs. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
Bradley Pinion to kick off.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will make it into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to the turnover.
And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he's brought down after a very nice game.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up, and he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Devontae Freeman. His 6th touchdown of the season, and the Bucs are going to add on to their lead.
If you did know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make it out of here.
We always hear about empty possessions. Some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it down and punch it in on you, that's a bad.
Cohen lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. There he goes.
Ooh, he's running. He's running.
And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs.
On for the point after.
This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Now it's Patterson. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard
The Bears
line.
offense ready to go for their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. We were down there. The message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Credit the sack to Vita Vea.
Good job.
Oh, you know, that did not feel good. Vita Vea with the sack there. And we know he's a big-time presence on the defensive line, especially against the run. But he'll surprise you with his quickness and his upfield agility in order to get to the quarterback. If you're blocking him, it's going to be a long afternoon or evening, a tough proposition.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
You can't block me. Mine's 54. 54. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and it brings up fourth.
Incomplete.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
38-yard line.
Heading back onto the field, here's a look at Devontae Freeman now. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game. Really, they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Airing this one out for Evans. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They'll run here with Freeman. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop it right around the 1.
Stopped short of the goal.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And he's able to put it through.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run and finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Now it's Patterson. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked somewhere else, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now Trubisky on 1st down. Got a man, it's Patterson complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
That's good.
It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. He'll find Miller. That's complete. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line.
Recovered.
And whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are now. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Matt Gay.
Mike Evans. His 11th touchdown of the year. And this offense is running away with this one. And he's got it up and through.
Makes the score.
What a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate, and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines?
That, among other things.
The Bears take
Maybe
over
some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
CC violation.
No doubt.
Check back 40.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Over the middle, he gets it to Patterson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Marking down at the 49.
That's good.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Trubisky will throw, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Now it's Trubisky, caught out inside by Robinson. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On third down, Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And he's going to have a first down here. They're also in the field goal range with the 28. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
At the 28-yard line.
Looking to throw again, Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football, and the Buccaneers have it.
Shaquille Barrett.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling? Accelerating, and off he goes.
It don't even matter, baby. It don't matter.
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
Chris Godwin, as the first half is winding down. And this Buccaneer offense, they're running away with this one.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first two quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Now it's Patterson. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 20.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so it had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
You don't know no better. Hey, watch it.
Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. He's going to lob one deep left side here. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here at 1 and okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
There's nothing. Eddie Pinheiro, the
Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The attention shifting back to Chris Godwin and the rest of the Tampa offense. Good day for him so far here in the third quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it got his man complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 49 yards. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll drop this one down to Freeman. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That catch good for only a couple.
Offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space.
And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown.
Tampa Bay.
Mike Evans. His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Bucs offense continuing to pour it on.
The kick is good.
And his kick is right through. So that drive spans 5 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Now it's Patterson. And And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 20.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really...
And he loses the football a second time. And the Buccaneers have it.
Holding. Defense.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected.
Now Trubisky lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot, and that time he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be...
And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown.
Tampa Bay.
O.J. Howard with his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
His kick is good.
That's a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone to give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Now it's Patterson. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Carlton Davis picks it.
Trubisky's pass intercepted by the Buccaneers.
A great pick, a nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. The sack by Robert Quinn. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
A lot of people might call this backyard football.
Good.
Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Now it's Patterson. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where
Number 32,
the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it.
Now Trubisky lost the football, and the Buccaneers have it.
Shaquille Barrett, the quarterback.
Defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's a throw caught by Gronkowski. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8.
Freeman, the ball carrier.
Give him 2 yards there as they're set out now with a first and goal. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Patrick Owasor coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4. They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Pass interference. Defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Now it's Patterson. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over. The other team takes it down and scores. That could be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Trubisky. He'll buy some time. Now Trubisky lost the football, and the Buccaneers have it.
Trubisky on the keeper.
The disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no...
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Buccaneers. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Now it's Patterson. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to put your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go with the playmakers. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here. Back now at Soldier Field.
77.
And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Hey, you don't want to see me.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And that will set him up in excellent shape. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover.
And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Rob Gronkowski with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
The kick is
this
good.
one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Taken about 7 yards deep and not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Chicago offense set to get started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one. Until they wanted to get that ball downfield, man, nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
I'm here all day. Check 45 to Mike. Check.
2nd and 10. It's Trubisky again. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers.
Trubisky's pass.
Partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
From 17 yards out. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort. They want to play it all the way out.
Bears nothing.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will extend this big lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep and not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what the second sentence of the coach's address?
And there's so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. It doesn't always work out, though.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Vita Vea able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
He can run for it, and he will. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
3 yards the game there, 2nd down.
Out of bounds at the 47-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Throwing here, Trubisky. And left side here, it's Graham. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now Trubisky to throw. It's caught outright by Graham. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Complete to Jimmy Graham.
I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He completes this into the hands of Miller.
That's good.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. Sliding out of the pocket. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids it.
Now Trubisky lost the football. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down.
45. Mike, 45.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete. The surprise second-round pick, Sean Bunting, there to get a hand in.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs. Able to knock that one away on third down. Bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Mike Evans and the rest of the offensive unit heading back out there now. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdown.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. Airing this one out for Evans. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked the ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now. And that will be incomplete as well. There defensively was Buster's screen to knock it away. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? Looks like they're headed towards it.
And this is caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Gay is on for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one.
46-yard line.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Cordero Patterson, the one who was hoping to get it to. And that'll bring up second down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Trubisky to throw again. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed, I did, my good man. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give credit for that. Too little, too late, and no 0.
The kick is good.
You're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Don Pickens on the return. The Bucs take over 1st and 10. At their own
the Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Tampa Bay.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay.
The kickoff for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Intended for Anthony Miller.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
On to punt for the Bears.
Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 0-0. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working.
Offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.